by, son. This is probably one of the most unique violins in the whole world. According to my wife, it's 300 years old. At least that's what the sign says inside of it. And it's kind of a paradox. It's both worthless and priceless. Have you ever known anybody like that? I was going to play a duet with Murph tonight. In fact, I didn't know Murph was going to be here. I wouldn't have brought my violin. But, Murph, you tuned up, son? Well, when you're 73 years old, you get raggedy. Of course, you can see that I can't play this thing, but it's got a message to it. It's old, and as far as the world's concerned, it's probably worthless. But to us, it's priceless. It belonged to Laura Mae's father, and the thing on the side said it was made 300 years ago. Probably bring at least $3 on an auction. But it has meaning to us that makes it priceless. And there's a poem that goes along with it, with this violin, and it says, "It was battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it was scarcely worth his while." Murph, help me with this. The auctioneer thought it scarcely worth his while to waste much time on the old violin, but he held it up with a smile. "What am I bidding, good folk?" he cried, and who'll start the bidding for me? $1, $2, $2, $3, and who'll make it $4? But no, from the room far back, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bow, wiping the dust from the old violin and tightening the loosened strings. He played a melody pure and sweet, as a caroling angel sings. And the music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that's quiet and low, said, Now what am I bid for the old violin?" And he held it up with a bow. $1,000, and who'll make it $2? $2,000, and who'll make it $3? $3,000 once, $3,000 twice. "Going and gone," cried he. And the people cheered, but some of them said, "We don't understand. What changed its worth?" Quick came the reply, the touch of the master's hand. You'll help me with this last stanza. I'll try to get through it. Now, many a man with life out of tune. Would you say that? Battered and scarred with sin.
Battered and scarred with sin.
Is auction cheap to a thoughtless crowd?
Is auction cheap to a thoughtless crowd?
Much like the old violin.
Much like the old violin.
A mess of pottage.
A mess of pottage.
A glass of wine.
A glass of wine.
A game, and he travels on.
A game, and he travels on.
It's going once.
Going once.
Going twice.
Going twice.
It's going and almost gone.
Going and almost gone.
But the master comes.
The master comes.
And the foolish crowd can never quite understand.
The foolish crowd can never quite understand.
The worth of soul.
The worth of soul.
And the change that's wrought.
And the change that's wrought.
By the touch of the master's hand.
By the touch of the master's hand.
didn't know Murph was going to be here tonight. Bishop Paul Mumford, their family. Murph, my heart asleep when I saw you. I just showed our choir film that we made in 1976. You were playing the guitar, giving your testimony. I think, besides being a master musician, probably the best example of the touch of the master's hand I've ever seen.
Yeah.
God's using Murph all over the world now to work with the Bill Glass prison team. Murph, I know this is unrehearsed. The film we did 1976 was unrehearsed too, but I remember the first time I saw you, and
Let me tell that story. You might not get through it there tonight. I was serving double life for 20 years in maximum security prison in Florida. I'd been in a lot of trouble, and Frank Costantino and a man called Mighty Max Jones from Pahokee, Florida, came up as the chaplain, and they worked on me, and finally the Lord got a hold of me and started his great work. And I'd hear these words about a man from the swamps down at Okeechobee, and I can remember one night a man in a cell next to me, a great big old convict with tattoos and scars, wanted to talk about Jesus. And I didn't know what to do. I was kind of new at this, but I drug him down to the chapel the next day, and Mighty Max Jones was our chaplain, and I said, "Chaplain," I said, "Big Andy wants to talk to you." He said, "I'm busy right now. You'll have to come back after lunch." I'm thinking, wow. And so I drug Andy back after lunch to the chapel. It was about this size, and Mighty Max Jones was there. And I said, "Max," I said, "my buddy Andy, he wants to talk with you." I thought I was going to get some sort of a kickback on this, dragging him into the chapel thing. I didn't want to blow the sale. And he said, "Listen," he said, "I'm busy, but Mickey Evans and some men from Dunklin flew up, and they're going to be with us for a few days. Go down and see Mickey. He's in the front of the chapel." And so I came down to chapel like this. Mickey was laying on the floor. And these cowboys are laid on the floor all around here. And Mickey's got the first step here like a pillow. He's laying out there like that. And I come down, and I don't know what to think, because I was in awe of this man that wore cowboy boots and walked on water and all. And he said, "Hello." I said, "I'm Mr. Mickey. I'm Jack Murphy. This is my buddy Andy." And he said, "Hi Andy, how you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good, but my buddy Andy here, I don't even know. Not only do I not know the answers, I don't know the questions. I don't know how to do this, but I know that Andy needs Jesus." I said, "Mr. Mickey, my buddy Andy here wants to ask you something. He wants to know about God." And Mickey's laying there on the floor. He says, "Well, what do you want, Andy? What do you want, son?" Big old Andy said, "Well, I want to know Jesus, and I want to know something about Jesus." And Mickey's laying on the floor. He said, "Well, just get down on your knees over there and talk to him. Just tell him what you want. Just go into." And I'm thinking, no, this isn't how you do it. It's that, every head bowed and all eyes closed, and stick your hand up, and you get on your knees. And Big Andy got down on his knees and started talking with Jesus, and it was just a couple minutes that Jesus became a reality. Big Andy came to life that day. And Mickey, I want to thank you for visiting me while I was yet in prison. I want to thank you for being my friend, and I want to thank you for teaching us how to be real. Max Jones used to say, "Be real." Told Frank and all of us, "Be real." But most of us didn't know how to be real. Everything in our life had been counterfeit. But I want to thank you for showing us how to be real. And again, in case somebody hasn't told you today, I love you, Mickey.